Good morning, friends, and welcome to the pre-market view. US markets had a strong gain on the back of positive economic reports, particularly from the consumer sentiment data that came out, and that was at the highest level since 2007. And European markets too were up about 0.5 to almost about 0.75%. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, most of them are up about 1.25 to almost about 1.5%. And the yen has actually strengthened a little bit against dollar to about 102.75. But overall trend in the yen towards weakness continues, which is definitely helping the liquidity scenario globally. And talking about the flows, friends, FIs were net buyers in the cash market on Friday to the tune of about 868 crore. And the domestic institutions were sellers in the cash market to the tune of about 720 odd crore. Strength continues back home, and though in the morning couple of hours session the markets were dull, but it picked up in the last 45 minutes of trade as we see some strength happening across the global markets when European markets started off, and then even the Dow futures also meant that there was a lot of strength. So we continue to see the momentum on the way up. The only issue is that the participation from the broader market isn't coming through. The entire action is totally focused on the top maybe 25-30 stocks. So this is something that we will have to watch out for. And on that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues, data and strategies that we can have in the F&O markets.
Good morning, friends. Let's have a view at derivatives. Friends, in Friday's trade, we have seen that Nifty was finally able to surpass 6,200 mark, but has closed marginally below that. Now, from past couple of trading sessions, we have not been seeing a major activity in the futures and options segment from FIs, though markets have been continuously rising. Now, we've seen some long positions been building up in the market. Talking about the implied volatility has cooled off marginally, say by around 1% to 5%, and on the options front, we have seen that the focus from 6,100 call option has shifted on the higher side towards 6,200 and 6,300 call option, whereas on the lower side the put option activity has shifted towards 6,000 and 6,100 put option. Now we've seen marginal long positions being accumulated in the market. The PCR has increased to 1.26 and it's been continuously seeing an uptick. That is a good sign for the market, as our weekly VWAP is placed at 6,100. Our bias for the market is positive. A lower range for the week would remain 6,100 and 6,250, which is next door, is the level which we'll be watching on the higher side for the week. As overall bias for the market is positive, friends, any dip in the market can be taken as an opportunity to accumulate long positions, or to what we would suggest is to go long on the dips. From intraday perspective, Chambal fertilizer is looking good. One can go long with stop loss of 48 rupees. Idea is also looking good. One can go long with stop loss of 130 rupees 60 paisa. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, friends, we have seen sharp cuts in the precious metals, particularly gold and silver, and both were down almost about 2%. Gold is now at about $1,345 and has actually come off almost about 10 to 12% in the last about 1.5 to 2 months. Which is definitely in a way good for the equity flows, because we've seen globally that the equity flows have actually surged, including India, and we have seen the money being diverted from some of these commodities and precious metals towards equities. Talking about the companies, these are the companies which will be announcing the numbers today. Adani Enterprise, we are looking at a net profit of about 249 crore. India Cements, we are looking at a net profit of 45 crore. Voltas, we are looking at a net profit of about 67.3 crore. Apollo Hospital, 78 crore. And Divi's Laboratories, we are looking at a net profit of about 224 crore. JustDial is launching its IPO today, and totally they are issuing about 3.94 million shares in the price band of about 470 to about 543 rupees. And some of the investors who have been issued shares as anchor investors have been given at about 530 rupees, which is definitely comforting. Other important thing is that this is for the first time that we are saying that safety net would be given to the retail investors. So if the stock falls below the IPO price over a period of time, then the company would buy back the shares at the IPO price, which is definitely an important feature from a investor's point of view. Petroleum and Natural Gas Board has decided to launch bids for 7 cities for city gas distribution, which is set to clear very soon, and some of the companies had already put in a bid till July 2010, but now that the final financial bids have been called for, definitely this would come as a major relief for some of the companies which have already put in a bid. ONGC is considering selling its stake in some of the deep water blocks to shale gas companies globally. So this is definitely a positive news for ONGC. One can go long there with a stop loss of 333 and a target of about 350 to about 357. And SpiceJet is looking at doing rationalization of its operating expenses through some kind of a cut on the annual productivity commission and even agents commission, and even the 15 days credit that they used to give earlier has been discontinued. So this is definitely positive for SpiceJet. One can go long there with a stop loss of 39 and a target of about 42.5. Infosys, some negative news as the company has been slapped a fresh demand notice of 582 crore by income tax authorities for its assessment pertaining to 2009. So one can short Infosys with a stop loss of 2398 and a target of about 2281 to about 2231. That's it from all of us, friends. Have a nice trading session. See you tomorrow at the same time.